For years, I was convinced I was just broken. In every relationship, I was either drowning in the fear that they would leave me, or I was the one who couldn't bring myself to trust them. It was this painful, exhausting, self-sabotaging loop. But what if I told you this pattern isn't some fatal flaw in your personality, but a wound from your past? Could a deep-seated father wound be secretly wrecking your chances at real love? In this video, we're going to uncover that connection and explore how you can start building the secure, loving relationships you truly deserve. So, what is the father wound really? It's the psychological and emotional damage that happens when your father was physically or emotionally absent, critical, abusive, or neglectful. This isn't always one big, dramatic event. More often, it's a quiet kind of pain, a constant feeling of being invisible, or the sense that you had to perform to earn love and approval. It's that nagging feeling of being unimportant that comes from neglect, or that deep-down sense of unworthiness that a critical parent drills into you. For so many of us, this leaves behind a core belief that we just aren't good enough, a feeling often buried under layers of anger, shame, and sadness. If any of this is starting to sound familiar, please know you are not alone. The impact this has on your adult life is incredibly real. Your pain is valid, and understanding where it comes from is the first real step toward healing. So, how does this wound from your childhood show up in your love life today? It often creates insecure attachment styles that act like a blueprint for how you connect, or fail to connect with others. You might have an anxious attachment style, where the fear of abandonment is so intense you become clingy or needy. You might find yourself constantly texting, people-pleasing, and desperately seeking reassurance to keep your partner from leaving, just like you might have tried to keep your father's attention. Or you might swing to the complete opposite and develop an avoidant style. Because your father may have been unreliable or hurtful, you build walls around your heart. You keep partners at arm's length to avoid getting hurt again, pushing away deep emotional connection as a way to protect yourself. These patterns don't just happen. They actually influence who you're attracted to. You might find yourself drawn to partners who are emotionally unavailable or critical, simply because that dynamic feels familiar. It's your subconscious trying to finally fix that original wound, but it almost always ends up recreating the same painful, dysfunctional cycle. This can leave you feeling stuck in relationships that are one-sided, shallow, or just plain exhausting. Now, I want you to hear this loud and clear. These patterns are not a life sentence. Healing the father wound is absolutely possible, and it can completely change your relationships for the better. The journey begins with a few key steps. First, you have to acknowledge the wound and let yourself grieve. You have to give yourself permission to feel the anger, the sadness, and the pain without judging yourself for it. So many of us try to skip this part, but you can't heal a wound you pretend isn't there. Validating your own experience is the most powerful first step. Second, become a detective of your own patterns. Start paying attention to how this wound shows up in your daily life. Do you automatically people-please? Do you run from conflict? Do you keep choosing partners who you know can't meet your needs? Getting really honest with yourself is the key to seeing these patterns, and once you can see them, you can start to change them. Finally, you can begin the work of reparenting your inner child. This just means consciously giving yourself the validation, compassion, and security you never got. It's about learning to build your own self-worth from the inside out, so you stop searching for it in unhealthy places. This work helps you build a secure attachment with yourself first, which is the foundation for building it with someone else. The father wound can leave deep scars that mess with your self-worth and make it hard to trust and accept love. But it does not have to be your story forever. Understanding this pattern is the first and most powerful step toward breaking free from it. By acknowledging your pain, spotting your patterns, and learning to give yourself what you've always needed, you can heal. You can break the cycle. You can finally start building the secure, loving, and fulfilling relationships that you have always deserved. If this video helped you, please give it a like and share your thoughts in the comments. Your story matters, and you never know who you might inspire by sharing it.